Bear down, Bears fans. We got the news yesterday that Matt Nagy has given up his play calling duties to offensive coordinator Bill Lazor. But the question on the table today, will that improve the Chicago Bears? Not just the offense, but the Chicago Bears as a whole. Let's talk about it right now. If you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports weekly and we don't want you to miss a thing. So make sure that you hit that bell. Also, we want to give a big shout out to the fine people over at Martinelli Originals, the people who give us these fine Chicago sports logo heads for the studio. Make sure you guys are sleeping if you are not checking out Martinelli Originals in the comments below. Check out their link. Also check out obviousshirts.com, doing some great things over there with the Chicago sports slogans. Make sure to enter the code TheBreeze10 as you check out for 10% off of your order. Now to the video. So Matt Nagy's giving up play calling duties. I think that this is something that the Chicago Bears needed to do, that Matt Nagy needed to do for a few different reasons. But I want to break down, is this actually going to improve the Chicago Bears? And I think there's a few talking points you got to look at when you look at how this team is breaking down. The main thing is it does not improve the personnel. It does not make this offensive line all of a sudden fix. It does not make this team as a whole have top tier talent because you switch the play caller. But what it does do is, like we heard Matt Nagy say in that press conference, Bill Lazor's the guy who calls most of the plays during practice. Bill Lazor's the guy outside of like 2-minute drills or, you know, red zone situations. A lot of time it's Bill Lazor who's calling those plays. And so maybe there's more of a comfort level there with Nick Foles. And I think that that's a main reason why you might be going with this, because you look at Nick Foles as a quarterback, he is all about rhythm and comfort. And we keep hearing Matt Nagy say that practice has gone great. Practice has been amazing this time. And yeah, I'm loving what we're seeing in practice, but it's not translating to the field. And when I heard Matt say that, I'm like, well, maybe practice has been going so well because he has that rhythm with Bill Lazor. He has that, he's been in that flow with Bill Lazor. And so now you're bringing that to the field on Monday night this week, but Sunday night most weeks. And I think that that's a dynamic that you have to at least explore. Like Matt Nagy said, this is probably, he honestly came out and said, I don't know if you guys peeped it, but he basically said this is probably not a permanent decision, but as of right now, it's what's best for the Chicago Bears. The other big thing you have to look at is the fact that Matt Nagy is still the head coach. So when we're talking about the improvement of this team as a whole, a lot of the things that people had problems with Matt Nagy for, he's still going to be doing. He's still going to be controlling when the team calls timeout. He's still going to be controlling when the team goes for it on fourth down. He's still going to be controlling when the team goes for it in goal line situations. So Bill Lazor's literally just taking Matt Nagy's playbook from him, probably not condensing down too much, but he'll probably have his own style that he runs. And we saw that when Bill Lazor got into games when he was in Cincinnati, I believe there actually was an uptick in offensive production. So hopefully we can see that here on Monday night versus the Minnesota Vikings. Before I continue with the video, I want to know your thoughts. How do you think Matt Nagy giving up the play calling improves the Chicago Bears, or does it? You let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with each and every one of you. Now, honestly, the other thing that I'm looking at with this as well is that Matt Nagy, as I've said, and I'll live and die on this sword, which I guess we'll find out in the weeks coming here, but I think that Matt Nagy is a good leader of men. I think that Matt Nagy is very good at creating that culture in the room. I think that Matt Nagy was not a very good play caller, and so now Matt Nagy gets to be that leader of men, and I think that that will improve the Chicago Bears as a whole with him being able to oversee everything. I think that what it does, we've seen this team have a lack of discipline. We've seen this team have a lack of situational awareness, and I think that this is Matt Nagy's chance to kind of iron all of that out. Now he can see, you know, he probably hasn't been paying attention much to what's been happening defensively because he's so worried about getting this offense going. He's on the sidelines talking with his quarterback. He's on the sidelines trying to keep his receivers engaged. He's been so worried about trying to keep this offense going. Now he's handing all that off to Bill Lazor. Now he can key in on these defensive penalties that we're leading the NFL in. He can key in on things like that and say, look, guys, we got to get this fixed. I mean, how many times after the game have we heard, you know, I didn't see that play happen. I'll have to check it in the film later. I didn't see that play happen. I'll have to talk with the coaches and see what they saw on that. Now Matt Nagy's going to see that play happen. Now he's going to be able to look at these guys and hold them accountable and at that moment. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's big for what the Chicago Bears want to do. If you want to improve, you need that leader of men. And now Matt Nagy can oversee everything, special teams, offense, defense, and he doesn't have to be bogged down by trying to call 17,000 plays in one drive. I also think it could be an asset to Chuck Pagano. Now, Chuck Pagano, a great defensive coordinator, and I think that he's done a great job with this Bears defense. They've been very bend but don't break, but you can't knock what he's done with them for the most part. So I think now you get also Matt Nagy's eyes on the defense, also watching what the opposing offense is doing here, and he's able to chime in and give you some tips and tricks that maybe he's seeing that Chuck might not be seeing. You know, maybe he sees something that's familiar to him, and he's like, you know what, switch over the headset to Chuck. Hey, you know what, Chuck, I think that these guys have something right here, and if we attack here, we'll be able to get to the quarterback every time. You know, having offensive eyes on the opposing offense absolutely is a help to the defensive coordinator, especially if you're able to continuously watch throughout the game. And so I think that we might even see an uptick in defense, if anything. More so just because they have the dogs on that side of the ball already. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have the guys already over there that can make the plays. Maybe Matt Nagy giving a little extra a hint here, a hint there. Not saying that Chuck Pagano needs it, but it's always helpful to have another set of eyes just focusing in on that. And now I think that this is a move that will improve Matt Nagy as a head coach. I think that this is a move that will improve Matt Nagy as a leader and as the guy who's over the entire Chicago Bears organization, not just the offense. And I think that this could improve the Chicago Bears on both sides of the ball. Now, like I said, offensively, it'll literally just be about rhythm. We know that Nick wants to play with that rhythm. We know that Nick wants to keep that ball moving in rhythm. And so maybe he has that rhythm with Bill Lazor. That's yet to see. So on the offensive side, there's still a huge question mark on that side. But I think that if he's comfortable with Bill Lazor, then maybe the game will flow a little bit more. You'll be able to move the ball down the field more consistently. But I think that on the opposite side of the ball, on the defensive side of the ball, I think that we might actually see an uptick on that side of the ball as well. And an uptick on that defensive side is deadly because this is already a Super Bowl ready defense. I'll say that till the cows come home. This is a Super Bowl ready defense. And so we just got to get the offense to catch up. But I want to know how you guys feel. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that the Chicago Bears offense will improve by Matt Nagy giving up the play calling duties? I will be down there talking with each and every one of you. It is your boy Pat the Designer back at it again to continue watching our Chicago sports content. Click the playlist here to watch more Bears stuff, or click the link here or the links in the description below to continue watching our content. I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down, and as always, peace.